Okay, a very good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon, students. How are you all doing? Yes, hi Mayuri. Hi Gauri. A very good afternoon. Hi Tanushree. A very good afternoon. So, as you can see on the screen, that we are going to start with a new chapter, that is kind of sentences and their function. So, this is basically one of the simplest and the important topic as well. So, we are going to study exactly about the kind of sentences. First, we will see what are the types of sentences. जैसे sentences होते हैं ना डे टू डे लाइफ में, we talk to each other, या जैसे भी हमारा कॉन्वर्जेशन होता है, तो ये सब टाइप ऑफ सेंटेंसेस यू विल फाइंड, जैसे आपको समझ में आ जाएगा व्हाट आर काइंड्स ऑफ सेंटेंसेस, आप ये सब रिलेट करने लग जाओगे कि हाँ ये भी हम फुल डे में यूज करते हैं, ओके हम ये भी फुल डे में यूज करते हैं. सो यू विल कम टू नो दैट यस वी यूज दिस काइंड ऑफ सेंटेंसेस इन आवर डेली लाइफ. ओके, so let's start with the sentences and their functions.
Chapter 2. Kinds of sentences and their functions. There are 5 different kinds of sentences.
Okay, so first note this thing कि जो हमारे types of sentences है या kinds of sentences है, we have 5 kinds of sentences. We have 5 sentences and उसके अलग अलग functions है. हर एक सेंटेंस में डिफरेंट नेम दिया गया है एंड उसका कुछ ना कुछ मीनिंग है. सो हम लाइन बाय लाइन पहले क्या 5 है वो पहले हम देखेंगे काइंड ऑफ सेंटेंसेस एंड उसका क्या मीनिंग होता है वो वी विल see that. Okay, and one more thing that as soon as you read the sentence, as soon as you will come across the kind of sentences, half the sentences you will come to know by just their names. जैसे आप नेम सुनोगे आपको खुद ब खुद समझ में आ जाएगा एग्जैक्टली उस सेंटेंस में क्या होता है. Can anybody tell me that what are the 5? Can anyone tell me at least any three kinds of sentences? Like आपने ये lower grades में पढ़ा होगा तो if anybody remember any kind of sentence, please tell me. Yes. 4. Yes. Assertive, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory. Very good. Very good. Hi Kesar. Haan, yes. Shraddha. Correct. Correct. Now let's see what are the 5 different kinds of sentences. Yes. Yes, Satish. Yes. Okay.
And their functions. Types of sentences are assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, exclamatory.
Yes. Now, majority of you might be knowing assertive very well, interrogative also, imperative and exclamatory. Now, among these 4, now a new kind of sentence has been added और वो नया क्या है? It is optative. What is it called? Optative. Okay. So, assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative and exclamatory. Now, among all these 5, आपको interrogative तो नेम सुन के ही समझ में आ गया. Interrogative as in question. तो the sentence which has a question mark at the end in spite of full stop is called as interrogative statement. या जो question या जो statement में कुछ question पूछा जाता है it is called as interrogative. Also one more easy जो ये पांचों में है it is exclamatory. Even this is all your favorite one because exclamatory sentence के end में exclamatory mark आ गया या हमने कुछ ऐसा expression express कर दिया, emotion express कर दिया, तो yes it is an exclamatory statement. Okay, yes, very good. Now let's see in detail.
Assertive gives statement, interrogative shows question, imperative shows command or request, optative shows desire or prayer, exclamatory shows emotion.
Yes. So now let's understand what exactly is everything. See, if I talk about assertive, assertive is basically a statement. Like normal कोई भी statement होता है जैसे good morning students. अब इसमें ना कोई question था, ना कोई command था, ना कोई request था, ना कोई desire, ना prayer, ना emotion. It is just a normal statement like good morning students या good afternoon students या good evening students. So ये सब जो normal statements होते हैं ना, it is just a statement which usually ends with a full stop. It is called as the assertive and in assertive it is called as the statements. Okay. Now coming to the interrogative, now as it is written as questions, so any kind of questions, अगर कोई भी type के हम questions पूछते हैं ना, like did you complete your homework या ऐसे कुछ जो हम questions पूछते हैं, तो उसको भी call it as interrogative. Fine. And the third part is imperative. Now many of you might be knowing only four kinds of sentences: assertive, interrogative, imperative and exclamative. But imperative में हम पहले चार चीजें पढ़ते थे: command, request, order and all those things, and request and everything. But now imperative is concerned with command or request. Yes, command, अगर मैंने आपको कुछ command दे दिया कि just get out of the class, so this is a command. So this is an imperative statement. मतलब मैं आपको पूछ नहीं रही हूँ आप जाओगे बाहर या आप नहीं जाओगे बाहर. I am telling you that this is the command that you have to move. You don't have any option. You have to do that. So that is the command. If I give any request, it is also called as imperative. Now coming to a new type, that is optative. It shows desire or prayer. Like अगर मेरा कुछ desire है और मैं तुमसे कुछ desire आपके सामने कुछ express कर रही हूँ या मैं कुछ pray कर रही हूँ आपके लिए कि please can you do this or that, it comes under optative. And the last one is exclamatory, that is the emotion. What a wonderful day! How beautiful the dress is. तो ये सब जो emotions होता है ना, it is included in the exclamatory. Okay? Yes. Yes. Very good, very good. Many of you are giving me the right question answers. Right. Assertives are of two types. Correct. Very good, very good. Now let's see further.
Statement, question, command or request, desire or prayer, emotion. Now see the following chart.
Now let's understand this 5 kinds of sentence in detail using with the help of this following chart. Now please
Kinds
pay
of
attention.
sentences, examples, functions. Assertive sentence, example, Uma is a good girl.
Now as assertive sentence are limited only till the, what I can say, it is just a statement. So it is just a statement written here that Uma is a good girl. There is nothing, there is no question, there is no exclamation, there is no command, there is no request, nothing. It is just a statement that yes, Uma is a good girl. Fine? Okay.
Its function is that of a statement. Interrogative sentence, example, is she going to school? Its function is that of a question. Imperative sentence, example, open the window. Its function is a command. Optative sentence, example, may you be happy. Its function is that of a desire. Exclamatory sentence, hurrah! We have got a rainy day. Its function is that of an emotion.
Yes. Now all the statements along with the functions and what are the kinds of sentences is mentioned in front of you. See, हर एक का जैसे we were talking ना, interrogative में आपको क्या मिलेगा? Question मिलेगा. जैसे यहाँ पे भी है, is she going to school? So this is a question. Like आपको इसका answer yes या no में मिलेगा या कुछ answer format में मिलेगा. So this is a question. And one more easiest way to understand whether the sentence is a interrogative or not, that means कि आपको sentence के end में आपको एक question mark भी दिख जाएगा. So this also make us understand that yes, ये sentence किस में है? Interrogative statement है. Then coming to the imperative one. अब imperative की when we talk about imperative is basically command or request. So देखिए यहाँ पे it is written as open the window. Like I am giving a command like open the window. So this is a command given to you. अब जैसे पढ़ोगे ना, when you will read the sentence, you will automatically come understand that whether it is a command or not. So open the window, this is basically a command. So as this is a command, it is included in the imperative statement. Coming to the next part, that is the fourth kind of sentence, that is optative. Optative is prayer or desire. आपका कुछ wish होगा, आपका कुछ desire होगा, वैसे कोई sentence होता, so it is called as optative. Now here it is written as may you be happy. Now this is a desire from my side to you, so that may you be happy. So as this is a desire, it comes under the optative kind of sentence and the function is of desire. Okay, the last one is exclamatory. Hooray, we have got a rainy day. So this is the emotion And also जैसे interrogative में ना sentence में if you find a question mark, it helps us to understand that yes, the sentence is in interrogative statement. वैसे ही if you find exclamatory mark after a word, yeah, after a sentence, it helps us to understand that which kind of sentence is it. Yes, it is an exclamatory kind of statement. Okay, okay.
Note: in English, each type of sentences and the first line in case of a poem start with a capital letter. It is important to remember that the assertive, imperative and optative sentence end with a full stop, whereas the interrogative sentence with a note of interrogation and the exclamatory sentences with a note of exclamation.
Yes,
Five types
correct.
of sentence.
It is very important to understand this thing that
Exclamation.
yes, it is very important to understand that whenever like अगर आपको punctuation भी आता है ना, that if you have one statement and आपको question आ जाता है कि punctuate the following statement या punctuate the following sentences, तो उस time पे whenever we start with a new sentence, आपका जो first word का जो first letter होता है, it should be always in a capital letter. I hope everyone knows that, right? So उसके बाद also you have to remember कि अगर कोई normal statement है या अगर कोई command है, request है या कोई desire है या prayer है, तो उस time पे you have to end that statement with a full stop. And when we talk about the interrogative statement का time पे you have to use a question mark. And when it comes to the exclamatory statement, exclamatory के time पे you have to use an exclamatory mark. So this is the basic thing that you need to keep these things in mind. Okay, moving further.
These 5 types of sentences are again divided into 2 types. 1. Affirmative. 2. Negative. So let's now see kinds of sentences, affirmative and negative.
Yes. Now this kind of sentences are further divided into affirmative and negative. Can anybody tell me what is affirmative? Can anyone here can tell me what is affirmative? See, negative means a negative sentences where you can find a negative word in that, like no, never, not, such kind of words. If they appear in the sentence, it is a negative one. But what about the affirmative? Can anyone give me the example here? Yes, very good, Satish, very good. If the sentences that are positive are called as the affirmative statements. Now let's see.
Assertive, affirmative. He is an Indian citizen. Assertive, negative. He is not an Indian citizen.
See, as I have told you, positive means you will not find no, not, never, such kind of negative word in this sentence. If you don't find any kind of negative word in the statement, that means it is affirmative. That means it is affirmative. Now let's see this sentence. He is not an Indian citizen. So as I can see this not word here, because of this not word, the whole sentence became negative. So assertive is further divided into affirmative and negative. When you don't have any negative word, it is affirmative. That is a positive statement. And if you have not over here, that means it is a negative statement. Okay? Okay, next.
Interrogative, affirmative. Does he take tea? Interrogative, negative. Does he not take tea? Imperative, affirmative. Sit down on the chair. Imperative, negative. Do not sit down on the chair. Optative, affirmative. May he prosper in life. Optative, negative. May he not prosper in life. Exclamatory, affirmative. Hurrah! We have succeeded at last. Exclamatory, negative. Alas! We have not succeeded at last.
Yes, so each kind of statement has a affirmative, that is a positive statement, and also a negative statement. Now, as you all know, what are the positive statements and what are the negative statements? If you find any of the words such as no, not, never, such kind of negative words anywhere in the statement, so that kind of statement is called as the negative statement. And if you don't find any kind of negative word in the statement, that means it is the affirmative statement. I hope these things are clear to you, that all the five sentences, all the five kind of sentences are further divided into positive statement and negative statement, where positive is also called as affirmative. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Sentence pattern.
Now let's see
1.
how.
Assertive sentence pattern. About 80% of sentences in English are of assertive pattern. The rules of arrangement of such sentences are subject, verb, object or complement, or adverbials. Subject, he, verb, is, object or complement, a student. Subject, Professor Das, verb, cancelled, object or complement, our class, adverbials or preposition and other words, yesterday. Subject, there, verb, were, many students, object or complement, in the classroom, adverbials or preposition and other words.
Okay, so as you can see the three words here, as it is said that like 80% of the sentences in English are assertive pattern. Like see, as we have five kind of statement, every day on daily basis the maximum kind of sentence which we use in day to day conversation, जैसे हम daily conversate करते हैं, तो सबसे ज़्यादा जो 80% है ना, we use it as assertive. अब assertive statement लिखने का भी एक pattern होता है. We have a pattern for this. Like basically the first thing should be subject, second should be verb, and third should be object, and the last comes the adverbial या फिर preposition या फिर the other part of the statement जो बचा कुचा part of the statement होता है वैसे. जैसे see, as you can see it on the screen, he, Professor Das, there, ये सब होते हैं subject. I'm talking about all the three statements. Like these are the subject. Now here in the verb we have an auxiliary verb and also a normal verb, like a normal verb, auxiliary verb and object या फिर complement, जैसे यहाँ पे दिया है कि a student. See, verb, subject, verb and object. अब it is not necessary कि हर एक statement में आपको preposition and other words मिलेंगे ही मिलेंगे, and it is not necessary कि ये कभी मिलेंगे भी नहीं. No, it depends upon the statement. It depends कि आपको क्या बोलना है, आपको क्या नहीं बोलना है. Your statements, it depends on that. Okay, but हर एक statement में you will always have a subject, you will always have a verb and you will always have an object. So these three things are extremely important. अब rest part of the statements या preposition and other words, it depends कि वो statement कैसा है. But these three things you will always have this in your statement. Okay?
Subject, Saurav, verb, plays, object or complement, cricket, adverbials or preposition and other words, at the Edens. 2. Imperative sentence pattern.
Now let's
In
talk about the
sentences,
imperative.
the subject you is omitted. Hence the verb comes first and the remaining part is the same as the assertive sentence.
Yes. Now talking about the imperative statements like the command या फिर request, ये जो statements है ना, in that case जो जैसे subject था ना starting में you, basically the subject you is not there, तो बचा क्या, सिर्फ verb और object, and by using the verb, object or complement basically and the rest part of the statement, this type of statements are formed. So let's see the examples.
The rules of arrangement of such sentences are verb, object or complement or adverbials. Pattern A and pattern B.
Let's see.
first see pattern A. Verb and then object, what or whom. Read the book. Write a letter. Shut the door. Give me a glass of water. Pattern B, bird and where. Come here. Go there. Walk to the door. Run across the field.
Yes. Yes, I can see. Exactly, correct. Yes, that whenever you're using the imperative statements, that yes, you have to omit the subject and basically you can make use of the verbs and the object. Okay, adverbials. Adverbials are basically the adverbs, the set of the adverbs. Like adverbs can be used in the rest part of the statement, or preposition can be used in the rest part of the statement. या कोई भी other word can be used in the rest part of the statement. Now see, for example, as we were saying कि जो subject है ना, वो subject we are omitting, we are not using the subject. अभी यहाँ पे सिर्फ command होना चाहिए, request होना चाहिए. तो देखिए, read the book, verb यहाँ पे include होता है, and object भी यहाँ पे include होता है. Just subject is not present, subject is omitted in such kind of statements. ठीक है, imperative statements में subject is omitted. So we have only the verbs written here and the object. So how the sentence forms is, देखो, read the book. So read the book, automatically it is a imperative statement. Again, write a letter. See, जो subject है, you write the letter or you should write the letter, ये सब नहीं use किया है. जो subject hai, it has been omitted and only the verbs and the objects are mentioned here. So read the book, write a letter, shut the door, give me a glass of water. Now talking about here like places and everything, जैसे यहाँ पे तो whom and what था, अब यहाँ पे places का अगर हम देखते हैं तो again subject is omitted as it is an imperative statement. So it is come here, go there, walk to the door, run across the field. So this is the way, this is a pattern, this is a sentence pattern जैसे आप लिख सकते हो. These are the ways in which you can write your imperative statements. So in any of the imperative statements, we have to omit the subject. Subject नहीं आएगा. The sentence will start from the verb followed by the object. Okay? Any doubt to anyone? omit means नहीं लिखना है. omit means we have to omit it, उसको निकाल देना है. Like subject कुछ नहीं होगा, only the verb and the object. Yes, correct Shreya. Move there, have a cup of tea. Correct, correct. Very good. Okay, now let's see the next one.
As the subject is always you and nothing else, it is omitted in the imperative sentence. However, the adverb please or kindly comes first in the imperative in order to denote a polite request. Please sit down. Kindly give me a glass of water.
Now this plays a very important role. Now जैसे I have said you कि imperative statements में you have two things. It is a command and one is a request. Now command and request are totally, जैसे बोलते हैं ना, command में I am just giving you the command, जैसे मैं आपको एक order kind of command दे रही हूँ, and request के टाइम पे I am requesting you, can you please do this. तो it depends upon you whether you have to do it or not. Correct? तो देखिए जैसे if I say the word sit down, now this is a command. If I am saying sit down, this is a command ki sit down. But if I say please sit down, so just by adding please or just by adding kindly, the whole meaning, not meaning, the whole way of saying the statement changes. तो जैसे पहले मैं बोल रही थी sit down, तो वो थोड़ा सा different लग रहा था, like it was a kind of a command. But the moment I said please sit down, तो वो थोड़ा सा क्या हो गया, polite way में आ गया, ये request के towards आ गया. So adverb please and kindly comes first in the imperative statement, which denotes a polite request. तो वो request है करके ये समझ में आता. If you have a please word or a kindly word, ये सब जो adverbs है, you use it. Okay, so in spite, वैसे तो subject यहाँ पे है ही नहीं, just adverbs use होते हैं, and adverbs में भी please and kindly. जैसे देखो, if I talk about the second statement, give me a glass of water, it means that give me a glass of water. If I say give me a glass of water, तो ये command हो गया. But if I say kindly give me a glass of water, तो ये क्या हो जाता है, just by adding the adverb kindly, the whole statement turns हो जाता है from command to request. Okay, understood? Yes, correct, correct. Yes, Priyanka. Okay, now let's see.
Three, Interrogative sentence pattern. 3 rules of forming interrogative sentences. 1. The verb be and its forms is, am, are, was, were. Have and its forms has, have, had. Shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, etc. are placed before the subject in an interrogative sentence.
Now, as we all know, the third part is the interrogative statement. Now, interrogative statements means the question that we ask. जो हम questions पूछते हैं, जो sentences के end में question mark होता है. अब जैसे normal statement में आप directly question mark डालोगे तो it won't work, right? For example, this is a beautiful day. तो अब इसमें दिस इज अ ब्यूटीफुल डे ये अगर मैंने ध्यान से देखा आई हैव अ सब्जेक्ट आई हैव अ वर्ब एंड आई हैव अ ऑब्जेक्ट तो ये तो मेरा असर्टिव सेंटेंस में हो जाएगा बट आई हैव टू मेक अ इंटरोगेटिव स्टेटमेंट आई हैव टू मेक अ इंटरोगेटिव सेंटेंस तो उसके लिए हमको क्या क्या यूज करना पड़ेगा सो एज इट इज रिटन हियर कि वर्ब एंड इट्स फॉर्म देखिए बी का इट इज लाइक इज एम आर वाज वर्ब हैव के लिए इट इज हैज हैव एंड हैड shall should will can could may might etc ये सब we have to place before the subject in the interrogative statement. Now pay attention.
Verb, subject, object or complement or adverbials.
Correct.
Assertive, Kim is your brother. Interrogative,
is Kim your brother? Yes, as they have said कि यहाँ पे जो भी तुम्हारा verb होगा उसको ये जो subject है उसके पहले place करना है which means that any of the verb which you have in your sentence you have to place it just before your subject. तो जो तुम्हारा subject है उसके पहले you have to place जैसे था कि Kim is your brother तो this is a normal statement but if I have to convert this normal statement into a question what I have to do is जो भी तुम्हारा verbs होंगे auxiliary verbs you have to just pick it up and place in front of the subject. So देखो यहाँ पे हो गया ना is Kim your brother? So automatically the statement is converted into an interrogative one and just by adding a question mark it is a complete interrogative statement. Okay, now pay attention.
Assertive, he has got a bad tooth.
Okay, I want answer to this question in the chat box. Please, if you know the answer, please let me know. He has got a bad tooth. So can anybody tell me how can I change the statement? How can I change this statement into the interrogative one? Now this one is the assertive one. I just want to ask you that can I change the statement into interrogative one and if yes, what can be? Yes, correct. Has he got a bad tooth? And question mark. Dipali, question mark is missing, huh, Dipali? Yes, yes. Gauri, it's correct. Kavya, it's correct. Satish also, it's correct. Tanushri, it's correct. Yes, Jinil Shah, it is correct. Correct. Dipali, only question mark is missing from your side. That's it. Then everything is correct. Very good, students. Very good. Okay, so let's see.
Has he got a bad tooth?
Fine. Now let's see the next sentence.
He will pull out the bad tooth.
He will pull out the bad tooth. Now please tell me what will be the interrogative statement of this. He will pull out the bad tooth. So when I want to convert the statement into the interrogative one, I have to just replace, I have to just move the will part before the subject. So yes, tell me. Will he pull out the bad tooth? Very good, Vaidehi, very good. Satish, it's correct. Only one question mark, huh? Satish, not 3. Okay, so let's see the answer. Correct. Kavya, it's correct. Yes, Tanushri. Tanushri, question mark is pending, beta.
Will he pull out the bad tooth? Assertive. The girl is dancing in the hall. Interrogative.
Is the girl dancing in the hall? question mark. Now,
2.
for all the statements, question mark is extremely important. Okay. Now, let's see the same thing, but the second part, the verb do.
The verb do, does,
Did.
is placed before the subject in absence of the above listed verbs. Do, subject, verb, then comes object.
Yes. So as I have said that what you have to do is जो तुम्हारे पास verb है that you have to just replace it in front of the subject. Subject के पहले आपको डाल देना है. But if the verb is like absent, if the above listed verbs are not there, in that case कुछ तो लिखना पड़ेगा. तो उस time पे the verb do, which means do, does, did, is been used, and उसके बाद it is followed by the subject, then the verb, then the object, then the complement भी हो सकता है, adverbials, like basically the rest part of the statement comes. Now let's see the examples. हम example देखेंगे. Yes, let's see the example.
Or complement or adverbials. Do you play football every day? Does Mala do her home task every day? Do you write a letter to your father? 3. WH word comes first, if necessary, in both the above mentioned types of interrogated sentences.
Now WH words. Now what do you mean by WH words? Like देखो, जैसे I say ना, it is an interrogative statement. Interrogative statement मतलब it is a question kind of a statement. तो इस type of statements में what happens is तुमको WH से start करना पड़ेगा. Like कोई भी question, जैसे हमें questions मिलते हैं schools में, we have what, where, why, whom. तो ये जो WH से start होने वाले words है, they are majority, not always, if necessary, they are used in front of the statement or this WH questions. Now WH मैं आपको तो कुछ examples दे सकती हूँ. If you know, please write it any of the. Yes, what, who, when, where, wherever. ये सब जो WH से start हो रहा है ना, तो all this kind of words can be written if necessary. Now pay attention.
WH word plus interrogative pattern. Who are you? Whose book is this? Whom do you want? Which is your pen? What are you doing? When do you eat? Where does he live? In. In is implied but not asked. Why do you come here? How does he write? How many sisters have you? How much milk do you want?
Okay, so here is a list of all, not all, but see, here is a list of the WH questions. Who, whose, whom, which, what, when, where, why, how. Now you will say, ma'am, how तो WH से start नहीं होता. But yes, even though how WH से start नहीं होता है, it is a part of the WH words. Okay, so how भी वहाँ पे use हो सकता है. Now let's see.
4. Optative sentence pattern. An optative sentence denotes wish
or prayer.
The rules of forming such an optative sentence are: may plus assertive makes optative.
Yes, may plus assertive. ऐसे as we are using ना, जैसे हम optative में वो हम अपनी prayer या हम अपना desire सामने रख रहे हैं ना, so it is like it is my prayer or it is my desire. So may तो यहाँ पे use होता ही होता है, and may is followed by the assertive statement. Now assertive statement में if I say assertive statement is like your subject, then your verb, and then your object या फिर complement या preposition या adverb and the rest part of the words. Fine. So optative statements में it is basically your prayer और wish है तो may तो आना ही चाहिए. May is at the start and then followed by your assertive. So the combination of this may word and the assertive statement is equals to optative pattern या optatives kind of
sentence. May you
sentence.
live long. May God bless you is a blessing. May the sky break down upon you. Cursing. Sometimes may is omitted. Long live the king means may the king live long.
Now as they have said कि may हमको use करना है while making sentences, but sometime for the poetic effect, the poetries में ना you have long live the king. This is also the inverted statement and यहाँ पे understood है कि यहाँ पे may होगा may the king live long. Okay, so may is all
5.
majoritarily used.
Exclamatory sentence pattern. An exclamatory sentence is used to express sudden emotion of joy, sorrow, wonder, etc. Such sentences are formed in two ways. 1. By using alas, hurrah, ah, etc. Alas or hurrah, etc. plus assertive makes exclamatory. Alas, the man is dead.
See, this is the thing which everyone knows that yes, exclamatory marks के साथ जो भी emotions या emotions express करने वाले जो words है, जब हम वो सब use करते हैं, तो it is basically a exclamatory statement. तो after using any of these words, we can just put a exclamatory mark and the statement is an exclamatory statement. Correct? तो जैसे देखो यहाँ पे also by the end of the statement में भी आप use कर सकते हो. See, just by using these words and I'm adding this with an assertive statement which is forming an exclamatory statement. Okay? Yes, hooray, we won the match. Correct. Yes, it is correct.
Hurrah!
Kavita?
We have won the match. Hush, the man is asleep. Fie, you are a liar. Hello, you are Amal, I see. 2. By using what, how, etc. What or how plus subject plus verb.
Okay, so now here it is like we are using what या फिर how. Now you will say, ma'am, what and how, basically this is used in WH questions. But yes, WH words are used in WH questions. But यहाँ पे it is clearly mentioned that what या how होगा और उसके बाद it is subject and then the verb. Okay, subject, object and जैसे हमारा subject, verb and object होता था, तो यहाँ पे object is not necessary. So you just have what या फिर how and then you just continue it with a subject and then with a verb. So let's see.
What a nice bird it is. What a wonderful land it is. How happy you are. How cold it is today. Note, the verb is placed before the subject in an interrogative sentence with what or how, but the verb is placed after the subject in the exclamatory sentence with what or how.
Okay, so verb is placed after the subject in the exclamatory statement with what and how. Okay, I hope everything is clear to you till here.
Negative forms. Now study the rules of making negative forms. There are 3 ways of doing this. 1. Not is placed after the be, is, am, are, was, were, have, has, have, had, shall, should, will, would, may, or might.
So not is placed after that.
Amal is a good boy.
Amal
is not a good boy.
Correct. So not is placed after this auxiliary verbs which are also called as the be verbs and the have verbs and ye shall should ye. So if you have this words in your statements and if you want to see ye just a positive ho gaya and if you want it in the negative form तो इसके बाद you can't write Amal not is a good boy. No, Amal is not a good boy. So not always comes or it is placed after all these auxiliary verbs. See the statement.
Affirmative. Bimal has a book. Negative. Bimal has not means hasn't. A book means no book. Bimal has not a book. Affirmative. I shall go to school. Negative. I shall not go to school.
Correct.
Affirmative. We can solve this problem.
So can you tell me, see जैसे यहाँ पे ना Amal is, can you give me the answer for the fourth one as it is written ना is के बाद या जो भी यहाँ पे जो be verbs है, have verbs है, shall, should, will, would, may, might, after all these things we can add not. हम वहाँ पे not add कर सकते हैं if you want to convert it into negative. So see Bimal has के बाद has not written, shall not. So can you solve this? See, we can solve this problem. So what will be the answer? We cannot solve the problem. Shreya, perfectly written with a full stop at the end. Whether he, yes, it is correct. Yes, Jinal, it is correct. Satish, it is correct. Shreya, yes, it is correct. Very good, Dipali. Fine. So basically, we cannot solve this problem is the correct answer.
Negative. We cannot means can't
Solve
or can't solve this problem. 2. Not is placed after the helping verb do in absence of the above listed verbs. Affirmative. Go there. Negative. Do not go there. Affirmative. Deepak plays football. Negative. Deepak does not play football. Affirmative. They play football. Negative. They do not play football.
correct. So see, not is placed after the helping verb. After the helping verb, you can add a not to the statement. Do in absence of the above listed words. Like जो हमने पहले जो above listed verbs में है, अगर if it is absent, so you can add a do. Now do, does ये सब इसमें include हो जाता है. So go there का क्या हो जाएगा? Do not go there. Deepak plays football. Deepak does not play football, plays football. Now, they play football. They do not play football. Now, why it is written? Because above listed verbs are not present. Now, what are the above listed verbs? Be verbs, have verb, जो is, are, am, was, ये सब जो थे ना, वो यहाँ पे नहीं है. In that case, do हम use कर रहे हैं and not because we have to write it in a negative statement. So we are using not and यहाँ पे वो above listed verbs नहीं है. You can't see is, you can't see are, you can't see am. तो ये जो above listed verbs यहाँ पे नहीं है, इसलिए we are using do in the absence of the above listed verbs. So go there का हो गया do not go there. Deepak plays football. It is Deepak does not play football and they play football का हो जाएगा they do not play football. Okay? Yes.
By using no before a noun and not before an adjective. No man can do this work. No before the noun man. He has no enemy. No before the noun enemy. He is not faithful. Not before the adjective faithful. The girl is not beautiful. Not before the adjective beautiful.
Yes. So see, as it is third way of converting the statement into negative कि हम यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हैं, कोई भी जो noun है या कोई भी जो adverb है, adjective I'm sorry, कोई भी noun and adjective के पहले हम no या not use कर सकते हैं. जैसे for example see, as man is a noun, I've written no. As again enemy, it is a noun, so we have written here no. Faithful is the adjective. So faithful is the adjective, more about noun. So we have written is as not. Beautiful, it is also written as not. Okay. So कोई भी noun है तो उसके पहले इसके before we write no and any of the adjective just before the adjective we write no. Okay. Is this thing clear to everyone?
4.
Yes.
By using
Never or nothing.
He never goes to school. They never go to school. They saw nothing in the room. Now study affirmative, negative and interrogative side by side.
See, so as it is written that we can do this just by using never or nothing. So never or nothing use करके भी we can frame this sentences. Like for example, he never goes to the school. They never go to the school and they saw nothing in the room. So ये जो never या nothing हम use करके we can convert this thing into the negative forms. Okay. Yes. So now we will study the affirmative, the negative and the interrogative side by side. Let's see.
Affirmative, I am. Negative, I am not. Interrogative, am I?
Okay.
Affirmative.
So as you can see, the normal statement is I am. As we have added not to the statement, it is a negative form, and to convert it into the interrogative form, the जो auxiliary verb है उसको पहले subject के पहले place किया है. So now I want the answers from your side for this. Okay, let's see. Who gives the right answer?
Negative.
We are.
We are not.
We are not, and what will be the interrogative form of this? You have to just place it before the subject. So can anybody tell me what is the answer? What is the interrogative form of this? Yes, very good, very good. It is are we. Very good, Shreya.
You are.
You are. Now let's move on to the next one, that is you are. So it is you are. If I want to convert it into the negative form, how will I convert it? What will be my answer? I want it in the negative. Very good, Aditi. Very good, Satish. Good one, Anushri. Very good. You are not. And what would be the interrogative form?
Negative, you are not. Interrogative, are you?
Are you? Correct.
Affirmative.
Now let's move on to the next one. He or she is. He is or she is.
She.
So when I convert into negative, it will be
he or she
is not.
Interrogative.
Is
he or she?
Okay.
Affirmative. They are. Negative.
They are not.
Interrogative. Are they? Affirmative. It is. Negative. It is not.
And I want the answer for the interrogative one. See, as it is written as they are not. Yes? Now please try to write it in the interrogative form. Yes. So see, as it is written as they are, so it is written as they are not, and in the interrogative form it is written as are they. Similarly, the last statement it is, so the negative will be it is not. So can anyone give me the answer for the interrogative one? Yes, it is correct. It is.
Is it?
Fine. So basically, I hope everybody understood the kind of sentences. Yes, I just hope everybody understood what is the kind of sentences, all the forms, how to convert it into negative, the interrogative one and everything. Fine. So here we will end the lecture. See you all in the next lecture. Okay. Bye students. Bye everyone.